Okay, so this next video shows the rest of the process of being able to contaminate, or after decontamination, sorry about that, and the process of what it takes prior to coating. It was me by myself. I started at right around 10 o'clock in the morning and went till 7 that night. So it's a long process. You think motorcycles are small, and they are, but there's more intricate areas. There's a little bit more show there, a little bit more metal. So there's a little bit more attention to detail than, let's say, a car, because a car you have this big wide space. You know, the hood's a big wide space. There's more paint on a car, so they can be sometimes more difficult than a car, but it's less paint related, more metal related in that aspect. So wanted to show you guys this. I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks.
Okay, so before we get started, going to just kind of let you know what time it is. It is now 10 a.m. Just a hair past 10 a.m. This is when I'm getting started on this. Okay, so yesterday we went through and did decontamination on this badassery of a bike. It is a sexy looking bike. Today, what we're going to do is just go through and hand polish on the chrome, plastic chrome, the aluminums, the pipes. Everything looks really good anyway from the get-go, but we just want to make sure that it's good. You know, we can kind of go through here. So I'm not gonna, there's no reason to get a machine out for this stuff. There's no reason to put any type of power to it. It's just a simple, let's do a quick little polish, hand polish on it, wipe it down. And there's certain areas that we're going to prep, and he doesn't know it, but we're coating them. So the forks, obviously the headlight, down here, these are mechanical. You don't want to touch those or coat those. The lights up here, I'm a horrible cameraman. So again, the light, plastic chrome, the handlebars up to a certain point. I'm not going to go real far with them. The front forks down here we don't touch. Basically just go through and make this thing as sweet as it possibly can be. But I mean, you can see the chrome and the aluminum that's on there, it's pretty well flawless, so it's kind of pointless to go through with the machine. Good hand polish, make sure it looks nice. We're going to clean it off afterwards and prep it for coating. Okay, so you can see on this front fork, I'm using a combination of Wizards and Never Dull. And why am I using the combo like this? Well, working together, you'd think two products don't work together, but it actually does give a better shine, in my opinion. You just kind of wait for it to black out. You just rub it on here, and it's just like that. And if you use this combination and you use a little dab of Mother's, the shine is definitely superior. Just an FYI on that. So I'm done with one side and not the other. You can tell slight difference. It's little things like that that makes it awesome. Okay, and little things, this is where it comes in. You can literally see. I can stand back here, it's not see. You can see like a little bit of lines of wax and dirt, and that's still there even though we've washed it. But you can literally see the line on this side where I've done. And it's a good shine over here, but obviously better there. Okay, so I got my Never Dull and my Wizards. When you get bare aluminum like this, and that's exactly what that is, you'll get oxidation in it. You don't really realize it's there. And you just start to polish it out, and you'll see it start to turn black a little bit. When you get that black coloration like that, I don't know if you can see that. When you get that black coloration like that, that's actually a chemical reaction that's happening to get the oxidation out, and that's what you want to see. You want to see that black. And if you look, you let that sit. You don't want to sit too long. You let it sit, but you don't want to let it sit too long. And then you wipe it down. Everybody has asked me when they see why I use Scotch-Brites for aluminum to get this off. I've already done this one. And the reason why is because when you get soft cast aluminum and you use a microfiber on it, it can actually scar, or there will be chemicals still in the microfibers, and it will leave residue, and it embeds itself in this metal. You can see that's looking way better than the other side. And once I get done with that, I always wipe it down with isopropyl alcohol. The reason I do that, got another paper towel so I can show you. I'm a horrible camera guy. I told you people numerous times I'm horrible, but that's okay. So isopropyl alcohol, and you don't want to use any type of surface prep. Lay that down like that. Oversaturate it. The reason I do this is because if there's anything left over on there, we're getting it off. And that's what you want. You want the difference between the bare and the not bare. You'll also notice, so when you wipe it, you use your solutions with the mothers and the wizards, or the Neverdoll, whichever you prefer. Once you wipe it down with the alcohol, you actually feel the paper towel, the scotch, you'll feel it drag. It stops being smooth. And when it drags like that, that's when you know you have bare, that aluminum's bare. Now you can definitely tell the difference between that and that. Beautiful. Not so much. Now you can definitely see that's looking way better. I won't coat these. And the reason why I won't is because what will happen is if it's raining out, or the guy's been riding for a while, his hands get sweaty, and these are coated, and he goes to grab onto the clutch or the brake over there, whew, bad news, slip right out of his hand. So I leave these bare, and it's for good reason, and that's the good reason why. Okay, some people might be asking me, if the mothers and the Neverdoll and the Wizards is so good, why am I not using it? Well, one, there's a ton of plastic on this thing, so when you get like little cables like this, or you get little parts like that, or even down here on where the front fork is, or where the gooseneck is, the mothers will actually stain the plastic. And that's why I'm not using the mothers with it, because if you start to stain that, man, what a pain in the ass to use. The other reason why I'm polishing first and not doing the paint secondary, when you're polishing on paint, and you get a little, you'll get some sling in there, but when you get the sling, it's really easy to get off. But if you polish the paint first and you get that down bare, and then you come back to the polish on the aluminum or the chrome, and then you get it on the paint, it's a surfactant wax that might be in there, and then it gets plopped on the paint. And if you look right there, if I can get it without shining it, yeah, there it is, right there, that little spot. Now, you get it like that on the polish, while you're polishing it, You can go right on your machine with it. It's not going to hurt it. It's not going to damage the paint or anything like that. But it's just a cross-contamination there that I'm trying to avoid. Okay, so if you look, you'll see like little streaks here. And I've already polished this air cleaner once and twice. But if you look, you'll see like little streaks in here. And then right around there. So what's going on here is that the oils from this air filter, that's probably an oiled air filter, and or the bolts that go around here have oil in them, and it's leaving a haze on this centerpiece. So the rest of it, if you stand back a little bit, it looks pretty good, but then you get in a little closer and it's not that luster that it should be. And this stuff, it moves. You can see it move. So the best thing to do for this would be a wax and tar remover. Something, surface prep isn't going to do it, but a wax and tar remover, it'll get this off. Okay. You can see that's the way that's supposed to look and the way that's gonna and supposed to turn out. Finally, done with all the chrome and aluminum. You can see it's looking pretty sweet. I even got inside the tailpipe there. Looks great. But then you can kind of see there. Good luster on that. Time to start on the paint. So usually on a paint like this, I just do a single stage. That's really kind of all it needs. I'm going to try to get a little bit more depth out of it because it's got some pretty good depth to it too. But once I stuck my paint light on there, I could see that there was a haze. We're going to get rid of that haze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a simple two-step. Now, if you got anybody that shows up for a bike this size, paint scheme that size, because we only got the front rear fender tank and then two little side fairings there. If you got anybody that shows up with a polisher that's bigger than a 3-inch like this, tell them to go away. That's all I have to say on that. The smaller areas, I'm going to get out my little 1-inch here. If you hold on, I'm going to get out my little 1-inch buffer / polisher here. And this I'm going to get in some of the tight spots to get into. Really, I'm not going to compound or do a two-stage on any of the corners or crevices. It's pointless to do. But I am going to polish them. So that way the whole paint scheme is polished. Okay, so I just got done compounding the top half of this. I'm going to wipe off any compound that might be left over. And there's still some residue there, so people say, I wiped it off. And it's, yeah, I know you wiped it off, but you really didn't wipe it off because, like I said, residues can still stay there, so you have to do a final wipe down on this. But all I'm looking for at this point is the scratch that was there from yesterday, and I can barely see it. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. Right there. And you can't see it out in the sunlight, and you can't see it here. So if I never say anything about it, the guy will probably never notice. But I know it's there, and I want it gone. So let's try this again. Okay, so I had to do 2 more passes, but as far as I can tell, I can't see it. If it's there, it's diminished enough to where it's gone to me. So I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. We'll move on. Okay, the guy just came out and asked me. Real nice guy. I guess he forgot to say something or just didn't know my capabilities. But he's got a sticker here, and he's wanting it off. So we're going to razor blade it. No, don't ever use a metal razor blade. Plastic razor blade. We're going to put some Goo Gone in here and let it sit, and hopefully it'll pull off the adhesives. Nice thing about Goo Gone and WD-40 will get off tar. WD-40 won't get off an adhesive, but the Goo Gone will. And that was relatively simple, but if you look close enough at an angle, you can still see, where the hell? You can still see the outlines of the sticker. But that's okay. We'll polish that out and won't even know it was there. Okay. So I got done compounding the front fender. That looks awesome. I started on part of this tank, but I want to show you guys this. So when you get up here, you can see, I don't know if I can pick that up or not, but the depth. And I'm still not done polishing it. As you come down here, you can start to see the area. See how the clarity of my face is coming up. But then you get back up here, and seeing the paint, little speckles on the paint. You get down here, you get some depth. And there's a big difference. I can see it here. Clarity. Haze. Okay, so I'm done with compounding, and there was a hummingbird in here we had to get out. He did have some love marks in here. Obviously got it all out. They're looking good. Sticker residues gone. That looks beautiful. You can't see where the sticker was anymore, like it wasn't even there. And then he went over to PPS. So at this point, all we need to do is polish the paint, and then we can start prepping for coating. Okay, so the paint is got a gorgeous looking like glass, and I mean, it is beautiful. Look at that reflection. See me fine. Whoa. But that's the way it should look prior to a coating. I'll give you guys an idea on time. It's around 3 o'clock. I'm just now getting done. So after this, what needs to be done is we need to wipe all the painted surfaces with a wax and grease remover. Go over it with an IPA solution. After that, surface prep, well, wax and grease remover, surface prep, IPA solution, and then what they call detox. And the detox is your last application prior to coating, and that will help everything in here. Okay, so we got all the plastics. It's looking good. Clip there's looking real good. That's coated. The frame and the areas where I can see are coated. So all we have left, the rims are done. Maybe a little bit of tire shines. It's not tire shine, I keep saying that. It's a tire coating. If you guys can see there or not. Tire coating. It's good stuff. It's not the slick like a tire shine. It's literally a tire coating, and it lasts, so it'll keep that tire looking that depth for quite a while. The front rim rails are done here. Those are looking sweet. The rims are done. So we're at the point now, finally, and it's 5:30, just to kind of mark my time here. So right now, where I'm at, the front fender, the tank, 2 side covers, the rear fairing or fender. I'm also going to do the mirrors, this cover, and a majority of everything up here in the light. Can you see that light? That. He doesn't know that. And then I'm going to cover some of the accents around the engine too. So here, there. Basically, coat as much as the bike as I can. So those are the only areas that I'm missing. Again, it's 5:30. When I get done, we'll do another recording, kind of show you how everything turned out, and I'm going to call it done for the day, and then I'll stop by in a couple days. We'll pour some water out on it after it sits for 48 hours. All right, thank God. Front forks are done. Handle, mirrors, the light, all that's done. But I just want to give this quick little video. Even the front fender's done. God, that thing looks outstanding. Anyway, I'm getting ready to do the tank. And I'm doing this side first, and there's a reason for it. If you look over, that wiring harness is touching the tank itself. So if I go to coat that side, turn the handlebars, that's going to mash into that. That's going to give a problem with the coating. Do this side first, then the other side. Somewhere along the way, I picked up some grease on my applicator. That's a problem. So I won't be using this side of the applicator anymore. I'll be using this, and if I drop it on the ground or get any more grease in it, I will have a new applicator ready, prepped and ready to go. Okay, so it's 7 o'clock. I finally finished coating everything, and we went crazy on it. So this bike is looking freaking awesome. Just, when people say, oh, that's too much money, hopefully this video will kind of entail what type of time we actually have into one of these coatings. I charged this guy, I think we were at $660. He threw me $700 because he actually saw how much work I was doing. It's a lot of work. But this bike is looking just crazy phenomenal. I don't even know how else to say that. And I would say that it probably looked better now and is going to stay looking better than what it did when he picked it up originally. Just kind of walking around here. When you pick up that paint in the light, you see some sparkles in it, some purple in it. The wheels are looking outstanding. They're coated. Mirrors are coated as well. He didn't know we did that, but yeah, I did that. The tank is looking like glass. I mean, that's the way that paint should look. And then a simple, we were going to coat the seat with a leather coating, but the leather coating I had, something had happened to it. So I'm going to come back at a later time and actually coat the seats with a 3-year coating. It's got some conditioner on there, and frankly it probably needed some conditioner on them prior to coating. We're going to have to strip it back off, but we want that leather a little bit soft. So you can see it's a lot of work. And then a big bundle, big huge bundle of microfibers, because once we use them for a coating job, we can't use those microfibers anymore. And if you try to, you're definitely not going to get the results that you're going to get out of this. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed looking at that awesome bike, and I hope this guy enjoys it. And like I said, we'll come back in 24 hours or 48 hours, and we'll dump some water on it and watch what the huge difference is. But this is a 5-year coating, and it's subjective. So with it staying in the garage, half the year, that 5-year coating, it could easily go 10 years if it's cared for properly. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and that's the process. Thanks. Hey, make sure to watch for the next video where we actually test the hydrophobics on this motorcycle. It'll only be a few-minute video. We'll try to put a link down below to the next video for this little mini-series. Thanks again for watching.